I never planned to unveil anything at my brother's wedding. For years, I let my family believe I shuffled spreadsheets at a boutique consultancy, while, in truth, I built something large in the dark. But Dean's jab that afternoon tipped the balance. The Celestine Grand's ballroom glowed. Chandeliers burned over flowered tables, waiters skimmed by. I smoothed my simple navy dress, chosen to be invisible, and kept near a column. "There you are," my mother said, smile tight. "Why aren't you mingling?" Her eyes skimmed my dress. "Though I suppose there isn't much to tell." I sipped. "Yesterday I chaired a board session that approved the purchase of our fiercest rival." "I'm doing fine, Mom. Work keeps me busy." "Busy isn't success, Nadia." She tipped her chin toward the dais. "Look at your brother, youngest VP in Halcyon Dynamics. Marrying the CEO's daughter. Now that's something." I hid a smile. Halcyon had been begging for a meeting with Meridian Advisory's chief for months. They didn't know the chief was me. "Still hiding in corners?" Dean boomed, arriving with his bride. Lila's dress glittered like ice. "Nadia's got her cute little job," she said, laughing. 15 years collapsed into one heartbeat. Me top of the class, Dean barely passing, Dad's connections opening his first door while I was told to be realistic. A hush moved through the room. Andrew Keaton, Halcyon's CEO, entered. Dean straightened to greet him, until Keaton's gaze found me and warmed. "Miss Vale," he called, striding over. "I didn't expect to find Meridian's CEO at a family event." Silence steadied the room. I felt my locket's cool weight and, for the first time all day, let myself smile. Keaton took my hand, respectful. "We've been trying to schedule you," he said. "If Meridian is still open to discussion—" Dean's smile froze. "Miss Vale?" he echoed. "Nadia?" I kept my gaze on Keaton. "Congratulations on the wedding, Andrew. As for discussions, tonight isn't the place." Then for the room. "But I'm glad we finally met in person." The murmur that followed sounded like surf on marble. My mother's glass trembled. My father stared as if I'd switched languages. Lila tried a chirp. "So you run Meridian? The big one?" "The same," Keaton said. "And we'll step aside now." He inclined his head. "Miss Vale, 5 minutes?" We found an anteroom lined with mirrors. I shut the door on the ballroom and its hunger. Keaton folded his hands. "Halcyon's board is ready to deal. I'll stay for transition, but we need Meridian's capital and discipline. You'll have a free hand." "And the redundancies?" I asked. "Merit, not nepotism." He didn't need to say Dean's name. When we stepped back out, my family waited like a committee. Dad started in. "You let us believe." "You chose what to believe," I said. Whenever I spoke, the subject became Dean. Dean grabbed my arm. "You can't humiliate me, not here." I freed myself. "Do your job and there's nothing to fear. But if Meridian acquires Halcyon, performance will matter." "Acquire?" he whispered. "On terms that make sense," I said. I touched my grandmother's locket and felt the hinge, the metal familiar as breath. "Belief," she'd written once, "is a quiet kind of thunder." I'd carried that storm a long time. "Andrew," I said, "let's set the board meeting for next week." "Tuesday," he said. Tuesday came like a clean blade. I entered Halcyon's glass boardroom beside Andrew. My reflection multiplied in every panel. The directors looked tired, the numbers worse. I laid out Meridian's offer: capital, governance, phased consolidation, and the conditions that mattered: audits, ethical procurement, promotions by performance. Questions snapped, softened, stopped. When the vote closed, the result was decisive. Ownership moved first on paper, then in the air. You could feel gravity tilt. Beyond the glass, my parents clutched coffee like talismans. Dean stood apart, jacket off, eyes rimmed with a night's reckoning. I asked Andrew for a moment and crossed to them. "So," Dad said, trying brightness, landing brittle, "we're family again?" "We always were," I said. "We just weren't honest." Mom's voice wavered. "We're proud of you, Nadia." "I didn't need proud," I answered. "I needed belief." I touched my locket. I had it anyway. Dean swallowed. What happens to me? The same as anyone, I said. Junior sales and growth, training, quotas, a clean slate. Earn it, move. If not, severance. I held his gaze. No shortcuts. He let out a breath I'd never heard, something unarmored. Okay. Back in the boardroom, we signed. Andrew squeezed my hand. Pact made. Reporters waited, rumor hummed. I faced microphones and introduced the new Halcyon. Lean, fair, focused. No weddings, no bloodlines, only work. That night, in my office, I opened the locket. The paper inside had faded, but the sentence remained. Believe first. The city glowed like circuitry. I closed the clasp, set it against my throat, and turned to tomorrow.